Welcome back, Adab Explorers. I am finally outside. I want to talk about the weather, and I want to talk about some of my Adab experiences from the weather, and I'm going to tell you a scary story at the end because I'm hoping that I announce this crazy story so that it doesn't happen, because that's what remote viewers believe, that when you interfere into that situation, that those situations don't occur. Anyway, so what happened was I did not want to do the weather one last week, although it did come up, and then I heard over my head, you got to do it, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. So I did do a meditation, and that's when I saw the tornadoes coming through, and I'm like, oh gosh, they are telling me about to do the weather. So my meditation said, yeah, there are 2 tornadoes coming through. And so what's really interesting is, don't you realize that they're doing movies about those 2 tornadoes? You know, the Twisters. That movie Twister is a remake, and it came out in 1996. So let's be real, they want to scare everybody, and that's why everybody's vibrations like that, and that's why I don't do scary videos. And on top of that, on September 15th this week, or last week, I woke up and I was in my Huntington home, which I'm not in my Huntington home because I'm in Vegas right now. And in my Huntington home, I wake up, I walk out, and I'm like, oh my God, it's raining, it's a hurricane again. And I look up and I'm like, wait a minute, I can't be here. And then I woke up. I was like, give me more. And then I heard MonkeyWERKS. And so now MonkeyWERKS is a YouTube channel that follows the planes in the United States. So I want you to know, they also show you, there are planes that use the chemicals, chemtrails, and he shows you where they land. He actually shows you on this one video that I happened to see. I haven't watched him in like 4 years, that they show you the German flights going onto this specific island, and you could tell that they're starting up the weather modifications because he shows it to you. These are some of the pictures. He shows you what they're doing and how they're activating it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up online. We'll leave that in the description, just like his video. And in the description, it shows you. And if you don't know about it, watch his site. If you look up Public Law 94-490, it is the Modification Weather Act that occurred in 1976, although I have other information that shows you that it also happened in 1968. So I'll leave all that information in my description, where you can scroll to it, where he shows you the German planes are landing in a certain area, so they can bring up that weather map showing you that the East Coast will be hit, and also the West Coast. But in Vegas, we went through the fires, so that was another story in itself. I did my TikTok on it, and people got all freaky, and it's like, duh, hello, I already know about a lot of these things. I'm trying to wake people up. So just so you know that. And I also went to the RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard get together, and he did talk about those chemtrails. But ever since he talked about it, I haven't seen the lines all in Vegas. I used to see them all the time. I'd be like, oh, Vegas has chemtrail Monday. You know, like Long Island had chemtrail Thursdays. So I haven't seen them. Now it's just like a big fog and a cloud going on in Las Vegas. All right, so here's the out-of-body experience I had. It was February 24th, 2021, and I was in a futuristic situation where the pets were cyborgs. And now I want you to know that that's another video I need to do. Just so you know, they do take animals' DNA and they try to build new animals from that. So they're doing it in humans, they're doing it in animals, so that's another video in itself. So I have these animals, they're a little skittish, and when I finally wake up, they show me a map to my face. So now that's a huge message. It's not part of the vision. What do? They show me an entire map of India and China, and then they throw a laser beam line splitting it off of its other part of the land. So China and India have a whole split by a laser beam, and to me, that's usually earthquake. And then after that, they showed me the map of Long Island, and they showed me the water going over the east, and which was the forks of Long Island. And then they also showed me the water going over the boroughs and Manhattan. I did not like that out-of-body experience. To me, I lived through Sandy, like I said, showing you those crazy trees, 125-foot trees just landing on people's homes. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen. And to know that they did that on purpose just to get 55 Water Street. So I'm hoping that I announce this, that does not happen. Although I do have a friend that has a home that he ended up insuring way so much money. They jacked it up like $20,000 to insure their home. And when he finally called and said, what's the story? The insurance company said, you live on an island, and that's what we're foreseeing for next year. You know, the insurance are all part of the scam too. Everything kept saying you need to do the video, even to my thread, the one and only thread that I do. It's actually called The One Truth. And all the women on that were talking about weather. And so now I know it's a definite thing that you need to know. All right, out-of-body explorers, I will see you next week. Press like and subscribe, and I will see you then. I'm leaving all of the information I'm saying in the description, and watch this video that I'm posting up there, okay?